Hello everyone, March was complete madness. Prices are up, inventory is low, but what else this market has in the store for us? Welcome back to another real estate market update. I'm Uros Markovic, I'm local Calgary and area realtor, and I'm excited to tell you everything you need to know about Calgary and area real estate market. Were the naysayers and market crash predictors correct for the last several years? Well, let me start with a little teaser intro here. I get asked how is the market question every single day. I'm recording this on April 5th. 2 days ago, my buyer lost in a bidding war on a $860,000 homes in one of the best Calgary communities. The winning offer was over the asking price, as was my client's, but without any single condition that made them win. This info gets you a piece of a puzzle, so let me paint the whole picture for you. If you remember the headline of our last month's update, it was all about the low number of homes on the market to buy. Well, that hasn't changed a bit. But today, in addition to that, I'm going to focus on something even a little sexier. It is the home prices. But first, let me get you up to the speed of the highlights of March real estate data, and I will hit you with the good news. So here is the sales chart representing the month of March for the last 15 years. So how did we do the last month? Well, it certainly hasn't like last year, but across the last 15 years, March 2023 is still pretty close to the top. Sales continue to push along. Despite detached, semis and row homes coming down from their incredible peak in 2022, sales of the apartments have not slowed down at all. Sales remain virtually the same as they were the last year. So here are the figures. So what can be said about the sales? Well, sales are not the problem here in Greater Calgary market. People want to buy, people continue to buy, and there is no signs of it slowing. So now let's take a look at the inventory story. As mentioned earlier, this story remains unchanged. We continue to have the lowest active number of homes on the market for this given month since 2006. This has increased since the last month, with there now being 3,233 available places to buy, up from last month 2,749, a net gain of 448, up from the next biggest month-to-month gain of just under 300 from January to February. To put this into perspective, in 2022, from January to the end of March, we saw a net increase of available new homes to buy of about 1,800. This year, we have seen just around 800. That is a 55% downward change. This number continued to remain low because of two things. The number of new listings coming to market each month has dropped drastically. People are like comfortable with where they are as our economy waits out the global recession. Also, nobody is leaving Alberta for higher price markets as they once did. And people who don't absolutely need to list their homes won't do it in this high interest rate environment. And the second reason is that the sales continue to be strong and absorbing nearly as many new listings as they did the last year, keeping the inventory total low. Now, as I was going through the inventory charts and data from the last month, one thing stood out for me. Check this out. This shows the total active number of homes present in November 2022. This number is similar to our current levels of the inventory, but the difference is that the November we are a part of a real estate cycle when this number is supposed to be low. But now, at the end of March, we still have these low numbers with only 3,323 homes. At the end of Q1, we are in a ramp-up mode, and we would usually see this number be a few thousands more than it currently is. I point this out to draw further context to how our inventory situation truly is. Now, for the headliners of today's update, the pricing picture. The Calgary Real Estate Board data release will say this. The benchmark housing price increased modestly by 0.8% year over year. We peaked last year during our unicorn year and then plateaued for a bit. And then as interest rate rose, we saw a bit of a falling off the prices. And then as interest rate rose, we saw a bit of a falling off prices. As this next graph shows, and as my updates have been detailing, our markets has climbing throughout the winter because of all factors we have laid out over the last 4 to 5 months. Which might cause you to ask, why is this something that I even want to emphasize so much? I mean, 0.8%. Well, this story lies in a sub-stories once again. So let's start with the detached homes, our biggest part of the market. Well, check this out. March 2022, 638,000. Now is up to 648,000. So we are past our peak from the last year, despite it is being the market segment that has been the most affected, with the home buyers seeking affordability and those other and more affordable options. Next, let's take a look at a semi-detached. March 2022, 572K. Now we are up to 581K. Again, year-over-year gain. And the trajectory remains strong. But let's check out row homes. March 2022, 351K. Now is 378. That is a massive jump, 7.5% and way above last year's peak. Then we have apartments. March 2022, 265, now up to 293. That is an even larger jump of 10.6% and past last year's peak by over $15,000. I share all of this because right now we are only just finishing March. The biggest part of our real estate market is just beginning. The spring months are when the mass majority of buyers will come out to play and push into the market. Then they will be going so in a market that already is showing tremendous strength and upward pricing pressure. And it remains one of the ultra low months of supply. We are firmly planted in a seller's market, which can be seen in each of these graphs for the 4 property types. Another factor is the Canadian inflation rates are moving closer and closer to normalized levels, and 5-year bond yields are coming back down, which means lower 5-year fixed rates. Our market has absolutely nowhere to go but up in this scenario. This past month, we jumped 2% month over month. And it is my prediction that this will only continue. Charts like the one below will inch upward across every and all price points and across all property types. So in summary, it won't pay to wait and sit on the fence, as many did with the concerns about pricing adjustments and hoping the time the market will crash. Now you can see that we have already bounced back up and passed the highest pricing we have ever seen in nearly everything in Greater Calgary market. And finally, if you need help with your specific situation, drop me a comment or email me at Uros@redlinerealestate.ca. I'm here to help. Thank you so much and talk to you soon.